I've done over 300 keynotes now around the world, and I just had AI analyze the feedback from the keynotes, and it's so amazing as a speaker. You get all this feedback, you get emails, you get people coming up, and you're signing books, and they tell you things. But we had AI dig into all that feedback and say, what are people looking for when people go to a conference? For them to say that was what I needed, that was worth it. You know, I had a person tell me the other day, I did a keynote in Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania, and she said, Jonathan, she said, your keynote made this whole trip, the expense and the time away from work and the knowing that the emails are going to pile up because I'm not at work, knowing that, the not just the cost of travel, the cost of being there, the time cost, the investment. She said, your keynote made it, I don't even know how to put this, but it was so worth it. So we analyzed all this feedback and we found out three things. Number one, they want something to feel. They want something to feel. Maybe it's a feeling of hope. Maybe it's a feeling of possibility. Maybe it's a feeling of, I'm not the only one going through this. Maybe it's a feeling of, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe it's a feeling of, it's worth continuing the journey. But they want something to feel, Maybe it's a feeling of connection. Maybe it's a feeling of encouragement. Maybe it's a feeling of responsibility or accountability, but they want something to feel. Number two, they want something to remember. They want something in that to remember. And this is so true. When you look back on the game-changing experiences you've had in your life, always there's something in that to remember. And it might be a part of an experience. It might be a story. It might be a moment, but quite often it's a story that connects, that they say, I'll never forget that. I do some leadership work with teens, which I absolutely love. And I had a teenager come up to me recently, and I've been doing leadership work with this organization for 11 years. I see them just once a year for 2 hours. And I have to think this. If I don't give them something to remember in those 2 hours, the 2 hours were nice, but it was a waste of all of our time. Not that motivation or something, not that getting together, but I need to give them something to remember. And this kid comes up to me. He's not a kid anymore. He's in his 20s. He said, Mr. Fanning, I want to tell you, you told 2 stories. I don't know if you remember this, but you told 2 stories. I think it was 8 years ago that they changed the way I live my life. And I said, what were the 2 stories? And he told me, and I thought, wow, something to feel. He got something to feel in those stories, but also something to remember, something that's can cling. And the third thing they want is something to do. All the feedback, all the AI digging through all the feedback of over 300 keynotes, 49 states, 3 continents, maybe more than that, Central America, South America, Caribbean. I guess probably 4 continents now. But all that feedback, and they say they want something to do. They want something practical that I can go and do that today. One of my keynotes, Who Are You Becoming, based on my book, Who Are You Becoming, right away, right in the beginning of it, we give them this unbelievable game changer and talk about something to feel and something to remember, but then we give them something to do with it. And it's so incredible to see the eyes light up and have people come and talk to me after that keynote and say, Jonathan, I'm doing that. And I'll get emails. I get so many emails a week, a couple days, a month later saying, wow, we need something very practical that fits in our lives to do. Those 3 things, something to feel, something to remember, something to do.